Alright guys, so today we're going to be looking at our duo of the week, our Pokemon duo of the week, the two Pokemon that I have been using in almost every ranked battle, and these guys have been really cleaning up. They've been mopping up opponents, and I didn't think they were going to do as good as they have been, and they've surprised me. They've very much surprised me. Now, I'm a big fan of Gengar, always have been, but the Excadrill is a surprising mix that's doing very well for me. So let's go ahead and get into it, look at it a little bit, and see what's going on with these guys. So the Gengar and the Excadrill, we're going to have speed natures on them, timid on the Gengar, and jolly on the Excadrill. Both are going to specialize in their different attacks. Gengar with his special attack at 252, Excadrill with his attack at 252, and both are going to have 252 into speed. Now Gengar, we're going to go and drop a Focus Sash on him because we need him to be able to live at least a turn. We're going to have some Trick Room countering on him, we'll get into in a minute, but we definitely want to give him that Focus Sash because he is a little on the squish side. As far as Excadrill, you can do two different things. You could either put a Scarf or an Orb on him. Either one is good and viable. Obviously, the Orb is going to really give him a nice, really big hit to his punch. He's going to start knocking things out really easy, but the Scarf's also going to make sure that you're going to outspeed almost everything on the field. Now, there are some exceptions, obviously, but for the most part, he's going to be super speedy with that Scarf. So those are the two that I'm really using right now, and I'm really rocking the Scarf right now. That's really the one that I'm going with. Okay, now, so let's get into Gengar, and I did mention that we have a Trick Room counter on here, and Gengar is actually one of my favorite Pokemon for Trick Room counter. So you'll notice on here we've got Trick Room, Imprison, Sludge Wave, and Shadow Ball. If you don't know what Imprison does, basically when you use it, it's going to lock any move that you have on your loadout for your Pokemon if the enemy also has it. So Trick Room, for example, is going to lock Trick Room. It's not going to be able to be used, so if another Pokemon on the opposite side, like a Dusclops or something, has Trick Room and they go to use it, it will then fail and they will not be able to use Trick Room until the Gengar leaves the field or dies. So Trick Room will be sealed, which is an amazing ability to be able to lock that, especially because nobody really plays Gengar, and I mean, you see it every now and then, but not really, and nobody's expecting Imprison on him. So it's a nice little twist, especially when you come across a Trick Room team, and it's nice because you're using him really offensively in this duo build, so you're going to get offense no matter what, but then you've also got your fallback Trick Room counter. It's really nice. Now we do have Sludge Wave on here. Sludge Wave is the most important part of this duo build because we're talking about pairing him with a Steel-type Pokemon. Sludge Wave is going to attack everything on the field, including your ally. However, because you're with a Steel-type Pokemon, it's going to be no effect. It's going to have no effect to your ally Pokemon, but it's going to do tons of damage to the opponents. You're going to get your stab bonus off of it, and you're going to hit a lot of different Pokemon. The other nice thing about Sludge Wave is there's a lot of different fairy types that are in the game that are being used right now, Togekiss and Sylveon and others, and this is going to be super effective against them. So you're going to get your stab bonus, you're going to get your super effective bonus, you're going to hit all the targets, you're going to have a high chance of poisoning. Now when I say you have a high chance of poisoning, I mean it's like 10%, but I swear it's almost every time I use it, something gets poisoned. So it is 10%, but I find that I get a lot of poisoning quite a bit, quite often. And then to round it out, you've got your Shadow Ball. So you've got a little bit of coverage there. Now, obviously, you can mix this up. You can put some other things on here. Obviously, if you want to have a different type of attack, please, feel free to do whatever you think is going to do better for your team and your situational advantage. But this is what I have, and this has been working just fantastically for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the counterpart Pokemon, the Excadrill. Now, obviously, the main reason we are pairing the Excadrill with the Gengar, other than that he's pretty fast, especially if you have a Scarf on him, is going to be because of that Steel typing. The Steel typing is going to negate any ally damage brought from that Sludge Wave, and it's going to be able to wreak havoc on the enemies. So on the Excadrill, we are going to be rocking Earthquake, Rock Tomb, Iron Head, and in this case, Giga Impact. That fourth move, there's a lot you can put on here, a lot of different things he can learn. I know some people would go with Bulldoze for the same reason I'm going with Rock Tomb, but to be honest, for the stab bonus I'm going to get off of Earthquake, I'd rather just have Earthquake over Bulldoze. I like Rock Tomb a lot, and my reasoning for this instead of Rock Slide or something is simply because of the speed drop. Every now and then you come against something and you're going to want to make sure that if you're going to die, let's say your Excadrill's already taken some hits and he's down in HP, you use that Rock Tomb on whatever that speed Pokemon is, so whatever your next backup Pokemon on the bench is that comes out is going to have a much more manageable time dealing with that speedy Pokemon. Ironhead needs no explanation, and Giga Impact's just, you know, all the damage, so there's always a reason to use Giga Impact. But yeah, so that's going to be the moveset for the Excadrill, and when you send both these guys out, they just start wrecking face. Again, I'm using the Scarf on him. I like to give him that extra speed boost, make sure he's really going speediness on me, and getting those first hits as often as possible. That way the speedy Gengar in him can really start mopping up the opponents before they even really have a chance to set up or do anything or even think about what's going on. While they're still oohing and eyeing that there's a freaking Gengar on the field, you're sitting here just absolutely taking names. So that's going to be it for the duo of the week, guys. These guys have been doing so well. I can't even believe how well they've been doing. It's been pretty crazy. I've been using them in the Twitch channel with the viewers quite a bit as well. Obviously, there's counters to every team, guys, so just keep your head out. I mean, you might have a Togekiss that comes out, and you're like, hey, I got Poison, I got Steel, but it's a bulky Togekiss that decides it wants to Dynamax, and all of a sudden now you've got somebody using Aurora Veil, and now this thing's taking 30% less damage, and so just be careful of the situations, know what you're doing, know what you're facing, and what the possibilities are. But these guys have been really wrecking. I will throw out there as an honorary mention, you could always switch it up, and instead of using the Excadrill, use the Durant. The Durant has great speed, good attack, great coverage sets, and if you're somebody that likes to Dynamax right out of the gate all the time, he's a fantastic Dynamaxer. He is one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best. You see him in VGC, like Nationals, all the time, and you can't go wrong with him at all, and he's got that steel typing, plus he's got bug coverage, which is pretty cool as well. Just remember, a fire attack is going to destroy his entire life. So just keep that in mind if you do sub him in, but he is a very, very good alternate for the Excadrill. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was educational. I hope this helped somebody. If you have any questions, pop it down in the comments below, or feel free to come into the Discord and chat with me on there. I have no issues doing that. We do that pretty much all the time. Or stop into the Twitch channel, and if you want to have a battle, we can always do that. That's what we do all the time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Lots of battles. We do shiny hunting and stuff too, but that's kind of the bread and butter. So if you have any questions, comments, leave it down below. If this was helpful, like and subscribe. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing everybody next time. Until then, take care.